Hey guys, this is Comic Uno. Today I'm doing a review for Sailor Moon Crystal, and this is an episode where we don't see a Sailor Scout introduced, but we actually get kind of, not filler episode, but in a way, I guess a filler episode to not get to the next Sailor Scout. But we do learn a lot more about the background of the Silver Crystal, so that's why it's not really a filler episode. But this is more of a plot episode than a character episode. So with this, we get to see that there's a ball going on. Serena just wants to go to feel like a princess. And again, I am going to use American names because that's what I'm used to. That's what I grew up with. Anyway, Serena just wants to go to the ball just to go. And the other's like, oh, maybe the Silver Crystal will be there. Again, they learned a little bit more about the Silver Crystal in this episode, that there's a princess involved. And if you've seen the show, you know who the princess is, and it gets very interesting. And that's one of my favorite episodes ever, is when we find out who the princess is. So really looking forward to that coming whenever it does. But yeah, so that's the big story arc, is with the Silver Crystal, and they go to this party to do that. And we learn a little bit more about Tuxedo Mask also. And I want to talk about that. Let's talk about Tuxedo Mask. I think that's the biggest problem I have with Sailor Moon Crystal, is how they portray Tuxedo Mask. And I guess because the manga, they do the same thing. I feel the relationship between Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask is very forced and melodramatic with the Crystal series so far. Because with the old anime, we always had Darien and Serena, and then Tuxedo Mask and Sailor Moon, and that dynamic, and how different their relationship was. With Darien and Serena, they joked around a lot. Darien always picked on Serena. I really liked that portion of their relationship. Darien hardly even knows Serena. And with Tuxedo Mask and Sailor Moon, they had this chemistry, but they definitely did not really jump on that chemistry right away. It really gradually developed. And with this, it's very rushed. Already, Tuxedo Mask is all over Serena in this episode. So it's a little weird not to have that dynamic, and it actually takes a little out for me from the show and from his character. So I hope he gets development more as the series goes on. But I have to say, he's probably one of my biggest disappointments with the reboot so far, and I guess with the manga, because I've never read the manga. Also, I think this episode was a really good plot-driven episode. For me, I like character-driven episodes a little bit more, so I do like the introduction of the Sailor Scouts a little bit more in this episode, but you do need this episode to progress the plot, which is always good. And of course, since we're not having those filler episodes, it's definitely going to be progressing the plot even more, and I'm sure this show is going to go a lot faster than the 150 episodes the old anime and the dub had, so we'll have to see where it goes. Also, by the end of this episode, we get to see a glimpse of Jupiter, which I know a lot of people are excited about. I really like Sailor Jupiter also, but I know Sailor Jupiter is some people's favorite Sailor Scout. So, really excited to see what they do with her character, how she's going to be different. And my favorite character is Sailor V, so really, really looking forward for Sailor V to be introduced whenever she's going to be introduced. I don't know how many episodes it's going to take for them to form the whole team. But it depends how close they're going to just do this first act, this first story. I don't know how many episodes they're going to do it for. But overall, I like the episode, but I do think there's some faults with Tuxedo Mask, and hopefully that they'll develop the character more as we get to that later episode of where this plot really forms with the Silver Crystal and the Princess. So looking forward to that. Of course, I'll have another Sailor Moon Crystal review in 2 weeks when the new episode airs. And I will see you guys later. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Rant Situations. And don't forget to like my Facebook page. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.